Pablo, welcome.
Yes.
Episode 1, Season 2.
Amazing.
You're the grand opening.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So where I want to start is actually Stereo Caliente. I obviously know you as like your production company, your festival company as that, but I've always been curious as to where that name came from. And I think that's probably a really good place to start.
Okay. So simple, man. Stereo, because the music, I love music. And when I start doing like events, I start with music. So that's one of the reasons why. And caliente is just because I'm Latino, man.
No, you're just like,
And,
this is
I'm
a word that
caliente
people are going to
guy,
know.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple, man.
Yeah.
One song to get the party started. What is it?
One song.
One song. What is it?
Ooh. It depends, but I think the Ramones.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4.
Yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
song.
Good choice.
Yeah. Not a song that I think a lot of Colombians would pick, but yeah.
Oh, I know, eh?
Yeah.
It's a really weird seeing a Colombian punk rocker in London, Ontario.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But your wife's into it as well, right? Or did you get her into that style of music?
No, she
also-
also love it, man.
Yeah,
And that's why
nice.
we got really connected
Yeah.
through the music, so the music and the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And you know what I like about that is like kind of the tie to diversity in the sense that one of the cool things, if you don't know this about Pablo, is he runs many events in London and outside of London, festivals mostly, but they kind of span everything from seafood festival to Tequila Expo to
Taco Fest.
Taco Fest, collaborating on Jerk Fest. So kind of across the spectrum, I would say. So, before kind of going into all that, one of the things that I was also curious about is you have a background, like a musical background. Was that kind of the inspiration to get into the events, or did that kind of happen in another way?
Oh, bro, man, I started doing events since I was a kid. Actually, I used to do like parties, like house music parties at my place with my parents there. They always had support me, and so I started like since I was a kid. And then I grew up, I started doing concerts, and I used to have a punk rock band in Colombia. So that's where I start all my events, and I started doing like music before I started doing like food festivals, and obviously, I moved to Canada. I did so many events, like house music. I brought even like punk rock bands to Colombia, and I never make any money. I lost everything.
Yeah.
What was your first event in Canada?
In Canada.
And how old were you?
I was like 20. I moved when I was 23 years old. I'm going to turn 45. So the first event was an open carling. I brought a house music DJ from Toronto. They charged me like crazy because I was new. I didn't know about it. And his name is Mario Choa, great DJ, man. Colombian. And of course, I didn't make any money. But I brought big DJs, man. I brought Alex Gaudino. You know who's Alex Gaudino? Destination. I brought that one. Zero money.
I'm almost certain I think I was there.
Up on Carling.
Yeah, I've been
floor,
on
man.
Up on Carling
Yeah.
a lot of times. But
I brought
feel
Cedric
like I was there.
Gervais. He's huge right now. Like he used to be a resident in Space Miami. But yeah, man, it was a fun event, man. It was a lot
So
of people
even
back from
after losing all that money, because you were hosting these events, what kept you going? What kept you motivated?
the love of music, man. It was just the love of music, and not to have a 9-to-5 job because I don't like it. I don't like to have a boss.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So like that's the thing too, man. And it's just for the love of music, and the most important thing is just to love of making people happy, man. That's my priority, So that's why I didn't stop. Even some of my family members told me, you know what, you should like change your career. And I'm like, no. At that time, I used to work a 9-to-5 job, Like I work at different places, man. Like I can name it. Like, oh my God, oil change, pizza, everything, man.
Right.
And on the side, you were doing these events.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep the passion going.
Yeah,
right?
man.
So there's obviously a transition point where you went from music kind of events to food festivals or festivals. So what was that? Did you get exposed to, hey, maybe there's a better money-making model here, or did you just get interested? I'm kind of curious around that transition point.
So, well, first of all, it's just because I wasn't making any money, man. I was losing so much money, debt, and all that. But I also love the food, like the perspective of food, like I always say, like food is culture, and you can make a lot of connection with food. So, like at that time, no one was doing a Colombian Gastronomy Festival. And I want to do something different, like I was just like, okay, so instead of like naming like the Colombian Independence Festival, celebrating the Colombian Independence Day, why not do like a food festival celebrating Colombian culture? So that was my first one, and that was the reason why I started like food festivals. Like of course I'm from Colombia, and I love it. Like I had like so many vendors, super new, man. I was just like, oh my God, what is this? I have a friend who helped me a lot, who used to run the Forest City Beer Fest, Aaron Brown, who's right now the king of like hosting some events in Toronto. What's the name of that when you ask questions and you have to guess it? I forgot.
Jeopardy?
Yes. I'm immigrant, man. We don't have that much things in Colombia, sorry. He's a king over there doing that stuff, man.
Yeah,
he actually was at the show.
Okay, cool.
So he like helped me a lot, man. So I appreciate that. So after that, man, like food festivals, I make some money. So I'm like, ooh.
You got the taste.
Yeah.
What was the biggest differentiator though? So you went into the food fest, and because a lot of people think when you create an event, if you have a good idea and a good concept, people are going to flock. But that's not the case. People don't just show up. What went into that first event that made it so successful?
Free.
Okay.
It was a free event, and it was attractive to people because it wasn't any event like that in London, man. So like people were excited. I had like live music, really good DJs, man, and it was a free event, and it was so busy, man. So and I did it for one day, and then like wow, I think I'm doing something good here, So and then I started looking, okay, what I love, like what do I love? I love tacos. Okay, let's do a London Taco Fest. So it's been like super like organic. Is that the word?
Yeah,
so it's just like normal. So I love pizza. So I did a few years of Pizza Fest. So it's been just like going with my flow, and what people like, doing the simple things, but really professional. And yeah, man, so far so good. Yeah.
Have there been, since that transition, any failures or areas where you're like, ooh, maybe that was a misstep?
You should rephrase that question. What have been your failures? Because there definitely have. Like in the event space, things are wild, right?
For sure.
Like,
Yeah.
A lot, man. I still, I don't call it like a failure. It's just like you learn about it, It's just a lesson. Okay, I did this wrong, or not wrong, or like I don't know. It's ways, like what did I do wrong or not. But like it still happens, man.
What's the biggest mistake? Biggest mistake where you said, "Oh shit, I have to figure this out."
Oh man,
Not mistake, but maybe something that went wrong. Right?
One day, I think it was 2 years ago. It was actually it's funny, man, because I had like 20 cases left from one of my Tequila Expos. So what I'm gonna do with this? So I remember March 17th, St. Patrick's 2022, I think, or 2023. I don't remember. It was a perfect day. It was sunny. So I have faith at Tequila Expo. I can do some pop-up free outside beside Budweiser Gardens, kind of Life Now, and outdoor free, but it was just minus like 15, man. I lost money. I had all those cases left. And so yeah, it was interesting because I was just looking. I can do this, but like the weather, of course.
Right.
Yeah. Got me there, but I have more, man. I have a tons of experience, losing money, with music, and yeah.
Well, one of the funny things, I don't know if I've ever told you this story. I think I might have, but one of my very first kind of failures moving into the event space was actually with you. I don't know if you remember, but
yes, I remember.
I had just kind of gotten into the mobile bar space, and Pablo reached out to me. He was doing Tequila Expo.
Yes.
He's like, "Hey, I'm in need of a bunch of bartenders. It's not super complicated, just basically pouring shots. But I need like eight bartenders. Can you make it happen?" at the time, you know, I was used to like onesie twosies, but you know, me being me, I'm like, yeah, of course I can make it happen. Right? It was like
The Jess, eh?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah,
Jess.
yeah, we can do it, right?
That happens to me,
attitude you
man.
need.
Yeah.
and
man.
then I looked at the calendar right after it, and that was the day that we were doing our kind of soft launch party, and everybody that we knew was coming to that, and anybody that could have been my fallback as like a fallback bartender that was like
Was
my
already
friends
going there.
was already going to that event. So we got everybody lined up, and I was able to get everybody ready. And I kid you not, the day of, they dropped like flies, like one after the next. It was an excuse after excuse. And you said something to me that sticks with me to this day.
Oh man.
No, it was great. It was a great learning opportunity. And I'm glad that you kind of, you took me back in a way, right? But on the phone in the moment, the heat of the moment, I was like, dude, like, I don't know what to tell you. And I was giving him all these excuses as to why people like couldn't show up. He's like, I don't need your problems. I need your solutions. Right. And, I was like, you know what? You're right. Right. So then got off the phone and I literally called everybody I knew on the planet that could potentially have a smart serve, and we eventually got it covered. But I was sweating the whole time, and I was like, "Fuck me!" Right. So then I was super apologetic, and I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna eat shit on this one because, and I, you know, when you're new to the industry,
No,
and,
for sure,
and
man.
and
Yeah.
you're I mean, you're a name in the industry, so especially in the local London industry. So I was like, fuck. I was like, did I just shoot myself in the foot right out of the gate? Right? So, but you were nice enough to not hold
Appreciate
it
that,
against
man.
me.
Well, he's here now, so
Yeah. That means something.
No, you know what? You know what's the beautiful thing about it, man? It's just like because a lot of people doesn't do that, man. Oh, you screwed up, man. Bye bye, you know. And but I don't look that way, you know. Like okay, because I make mistakes too, you know. We're humans, brother. So I told this guy, you know what? I'm gonna do another event. You're gonna come, yeah. And you did.
Yeah.
You did Kitchener Tequila Expo with me.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah.
look, man, it's just like yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, this time I'm going.
Yeah.
My wife's going.
With your partner too. Yeah, everyone was there, man.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that we're showing up, right? And
Yeah,
we're putting
man.
our best
How about
foot
you?
forward.
what about me?
Yeah, any failures? Like
God, yeah.
in events? Yeah. Happens to everyone, you know? It's normal.
Everyone, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like you're only, especially when you're like trying any venture of your own, you're always gonna,
Yeah.
you learn from what you mess up. But the biggest differentiator is learning from it, right? People who
Yes.
keep doing the same thing and don't actually try to fix what they're doing wrong is where the
That's
problem
where
lies.
the problem is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For
Messing
sure.
up once, okay. Twice, 3 times,
Well,
4.
then it becomes,
there's
a
problem.
habit, or it's
Yeah.
part of your character.
Yeah.
Right. So,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other kind of thing I wanted to talk about in the festival space, there's a lot of moving parts, right? And you're dealing with like a ton of different vendors. Have you ever had an experience, or are there certain types of vendors that you traditionally find a little bit more difficult to coordinate?
Ooh, every single festival, man.
Yeah.
Every single festival, we have some vendors that they're late. You know,
Yeah.
I won't say the names, but they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
They're late for some reason, always making excuses and everything. I had one experience, actually, my first festival of the year, the London Seafood Festival, where like it was setup time 8 a.m. We were supposed to start at 1 p.m. and 4 vendors didn't show out until like 2-3 p.m.
4.
So the problem over there, man, is just like the people don't reflect to the vendor; it reflects to the organizer, man. So I have some people super rude, super racist. A guy screaming to my dad. He's 83 years old, man. He was making fun of my dad because he wasn't speak English very well.
This was
And
a
then
vendor?
Huh?
This was a vendor?
No. It was an audience. It was a person
okay,
going.
okay.
He was super mad because, of course, he saw the festival. You know, is some vendors missing, so he got so mad,
Oh, wow.
and he was expecting.
But this is a free event, isn't
No,
it?
that wasn't free.
Oh,
So
it
it
was
was
a paid
$16
event.
to get
Okay.
in, but he was expecting there was $16 all you can eat and all you can drink.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, come on.
I
So
wish.
I know, eh?
Nothing like that exists
you know,
anymore.
Seafood is like it's expensive, you know.
Yeah.
But we work with reasonable prices, you know, like it's reasonable
Yeah.
prices when we do the festivals, you know. So we have that a lot. Yeah, people coming late, man, and sometimes they don't understand that they reflect that to me, not to them. So I already talked to them, and of course they apologize and like please, because it's annoying when you get those messages like hate and negative messages through social media, man. And
Yeah.
like as I always say, man, I always follow my 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally, but it's sometimes it's hard, man. And I think since I'm a dad now, I'm more sensitive. So it's been like, oh my god, but like
Yeah.
that won't make me quit because I'll continue.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So yeah.
The other thing you said a while ago, we kind of just passed over really quickly. What was the name of the guy that you said was instrumental in kind of helping you out at the beginning? What was his name?
Aaron Brown.
Aaron Brown. So sounds like he would have been like a mentor to you.
100%.
Yeah. So how important was it for you as an entrepreneur coming up, new city, new concept, to have a mentor to kind of walk you through some of the early days? And so that's part one of the question. And then part two is, do you have a mentor now?
Okay. First question. Okay, man. Yeah, he helped me a lot, man. From like how to apply for an SOP to for an insurance, and thanks for Covent Garden Market because the Covent Garden Market introduced to Aaron, because he used to host the 40 City Beer Fest, one of the first craft beers festivals here in London. So yeah, man, he was my mentor, man. He guided me, man. Just do this, do that. So I always gonna appreciate him, man. Like seriously. And well, my mentor right now, man, is I have several mentors right now. I listen a lot of like motivational speakers. Like Louis House is one of my guys who helped me to change my life. Stuff like that. So I think that guy and Chris Lee also is an amazing guy. I think he's Puerto Rican. Super cool guy and yeah, I follow those guys, man. Yeah, so and my running, man, that's my thing, man.
Yeah. You're running.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't know, but maybe kind of talk about that. Have you ran all your life in marathons? Is that something you picked up later? And kind of what role does that play in terms of you being the best entrepreneur, best father, best person you can be?
Well, running has been it's been kind of like in the late 30s. I'm 45. I'm gonna turn 45 in the late 30s. I used to do like just social runs, like 5K, 6K, max 7K, man. But when COVID hit, and of course as an entrepreneur, festivals, fuck, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna stay in my apartment, drink all day, smoke, get depressed, or I'm gonna do something? So that's what I started running more and more. I used to smoke cigarettes. When I did my first 15K, I said, what the fuck am I doing? Can I say bad words here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, sorry. Well, so when I did my first 15K, I quit smoking right away. And then I got more of the loving of running, and I started doing more long distance. When I did my first half marathon is when it was my cousins who passed away. I did my first half marathon, so in memory of him, I did my first half marathon, and then after that, I started running more and more. And then during the pandemic, I contacted CMHA, Canadian Mental Health Association. I've been working with them since 2018, raising money with Taco Fest. So I told them, you know what, I'm going to run my first marathon. And I want to raise money for you guys.
Awesome.
We run and we raised close to $4,000.
Nice.
And I did my first marathon, no medals, but I raised money for the community that I love, that is London, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So what made you choose the Mental Health Association?
Personally, man.
Yeah.
It's personally because I think like, I think everyone's, I don't know if it's the right word to say suffer, but like everyone have like mental health things, like anxious, depression, being sad, being angry, all that, man,
Even if you don't, keeping up with mental health wellness is important, right?
Yeah, man.
And I think just understand. I think we're getting better at understanding, things like men's mental health and just different words for things, right? Whereas before, like think of our dads, right? I know my dad's got his own mental health issues, but they were never able to kind of identify, hey, this is what's going on and this is what I need to do. So he's like more like internalize it. And then there's all these different ways that would come out, right? Whereas I think we're more aware in today's society of, hey, if I run, I know that makes me feel better and I know that's good for my mental health.
Yeah.
Or if I go and I work out, or if I go and I have a discussion with Paul and I talk about the things that are bothering me, and have an open conversation. Which back in the day, you'd be like, "Oh man, I'm feeling sad about this." You'd be like, "Fucking pussy, shut up." Right? So,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. I mean, we still do that kind of
A little bit.
Yeah, but it's
I'll still listen,
It's
though.
mostly joking, right? I
Yeah,
was gonna say, still
yeah.
listen to each other. So I think that's a huge change, culture change over the last few years. But I respect the fact that you've kind of chosen that organization to support. It's awesome.
And I think like we're feeling it in London, man. 'Cause London is tough right now. You know, if you go to downtown,
It's
and all
brutal.
that, it's
So
brutal,
why
man.
do you like?
Brutal.
I think it's a fascinating topic because most of your events are downtown.
Yeah.
Have you seen any impact of like that socioeconomic shift impacting your events being downtown, and maybe less people wanting to go downtown because of it?
No, man. Believe it or not, like last year, man, like our festivals get so busy, so it hasn't impact yet. I'm hoping it's not impacted, and also it's just the location, So
Right.
the Covent Garden Market is not that bad yet. Hopefully, it's not gonna get bad. And also Dundas Place, block number 1, So like, and that location of downtown, you don't see that, don't see that much of like the drugs and all that, So I haven't seen the impact. But yeah, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be a solution, man, because it's affecting the restaurants and the bars around there,
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, why do you think it's gotten so bad?
Some people say COVID. I'm guessing maybe it's not enough support from the city.
It's the opposite, I think.
You
So-
think it's a lot of support?
So there's a theory that I haven't substantiated this, but the theory that's out there, and from what I've heard, is that, and when you actually look at what London does, London has actually really, really good social programs for homelessness. There's a lot of places where they can eat. There's a lot of places where they can sleep. And what happens is when you have really good programs like that, all the homeless from like bedroom communities and surrounding areas,
Come to
they flock. So you end up getting basically like homeless immigrants coming into where
Yeah.
the resources
Yeah.
are.
So they come from other cities, yeah.
Exactly. And the other thing that I've heard is that there was like other cities from up north that would pay and just put a busload of
Yep,
homeless people and then ship them down here. And because the resources are actually pretty good down here, they just end up sticking around.
Yeah.
So, and I think COVID has exacerbated that because then you had more people that were on the fringe almost there, like into homelessness, maybe mental health issues,
Yeah.
falling through that safety net when COVID hit, right? So,
Yeah.
It's
Sad, man, but
it's a tough
hopefully
problem, right?
It's
Because it's like, okay, well, do we throw more money at the problem? It's like, well, is that not causing more of a problem, right?
I was located downtown.
Yeah,
I had to move
I
out.
had to move, right?
yeah.
We
Look,
had
an
breaking
example, man.
attempts. We had
And it's
deaths,
sad, man,
we
and
had
People
fires.
defecating all over
Yeah,
like your front
man.
entrance.
It's just like I wanted to be downtown. I
Yeah.
really, truly tried to be there and enjoy
Yeah.
the experience. But like, as creatives, we were just like,
well, you were also in like
Being
the
drained.
worst part of downtown, like that.
that wasn't even the worst.
Yeah,
that
I
wasn't
guess.
even the worst if you
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But you were
it's tough because I wanted to be downtown. It's exciting. You're,
Yeah,
you know,
no, for
you
sure.
want to be
It's
there.
where
But
everything happens, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
But
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I still love my city, man.
yeah.
I moved here 22 years ago. I haven't moved from London, man. And I'm here. Even it used to be conservative. What do you guys think about it? Like, it's still conservative or it has changed?
Like I think London is still. I think the more immigration comes into London, so the more the population grows, it's becoming more of a liberal city.
Okay.
But I think if you look at the traditional old money that's in
Yeah,
London, right,
Yeah.
it's a conservative city.
Yeah.
I still think it's conservative, probably by.
But it has changed a lot, man. Like,
a lot,
I've
yeah.
seen the changes in the past 20 years, man. So that's good.
sure.
That's good, and it's growing. So yeah.
The cool thing about the city being relatively conservative, and Paul and I are working on some projects and some like we want to do a couple of interesting little festivals this year too. Is the city has capacity for new stuff because it is conservative. So there's not a whole lot of people like you and I that are saying, "Hey, let's try this like festival. Let's try this. Let's try that." There's appetite for it
Yes.
because there's not an oversaturation of it like there is in
Really,
other
eh?
spots. Yeah.
I think it's getting there.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, man. It's and it's okay, man, because you know what,
Right.
the sun is for everyone, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool, you know, to have more festivals in the city, but I think what's happening, because London is still a small city, man. It's not Toronto, it's not
No.
Montreal,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So, for example, man, I downtown London, it's one of the organizations who supports me since day number one, since 2016, and I, you know, this year, you know, thank you, Pablo, again, we're gonna support you, but of course we're gonna reduce it a little bit. And you go, okay, it's just because this is the first year like we have a record of people applying for festivals. And like, oh,
Really?
cool, you know. So it's good, and at the same time, okay, we have to be careful with that too, you know.
For sure, right?
Because
You don't want to oversaturate.
Yes, that's the thing.
Right. Yeah.
How many events do you do in a year?
Right now I have 12. 12.
You're the one oversaturating the market. You're
No.
just coming in with fire.
Yeah.
No, they're all awesome, but like you're doing a lot because you. When did you decide to really scale and say I'm going to do 12 events? Because it didn't start.
But
that
not
way.
all of it are in London. So I have Tequila Expos in different cities.
Okay.
So actually, I have,
You did one in Nova Scotia
7.
recently, didn't you?
bro. I'm going to New Brunswick.
And
This
New
Latinos
Brunswick.
going to New Brunswick, St. John.
What
2
ta-
days.
Okay, hold
Tequila
on. We're gonna
Expo,
have to
man.
talk about
I
that.
know,
because
man.
Why are you going out there?
do you have a
That's-
contact there?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
simple, man. London and Oshawa is the same company. Same as New Brunswick, you know, and they contact me, you know, we love the idea of the Tequila Expo, you know, we love the way you do it, you know, and let's bring it to New Brunswick. I'm like,
Sure.
why not?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm super excited. It's going to be April 25th, 26th, 2 days in St. John.
That's coming up
And
soon.
yeah, man. And the beautiful thing is just like I'm bringing all the entertainment from Ontario. So we're traveling all the,
Really?
like a tour, man. So,
That's so cool.
I'm super excited, man.
Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
bringing even like brands that you won't find over there. So it's gonna be super like interesting and exclusive for the people over there, you know, because they
Yeah.
won't find those tequilas and mezcales there.
Yep.
So it's gonna be really cool, man. And so I'm excited. First time going to New Brunswick. Have you guys been to New Brunswick?
I have, yeah.
Okay, you have to let me know which restaurants to go because
Are you going to be close to Moncton? How far are you
Oh,
from
bro,
Moncton?
good question, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. how
St.
far-
John's. I'm
Yeah, I
just
don't
like,
know how far St. John is from Moncton. I don't know as much about St. John. I know more about Moncton.
yeah.
'cause that's where I'm
So
going.
yeah, man, Tequila Expo, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So I had like 5 other cities. So
So,
I
like,
have 7.
from an outsider
Yeah.
looking in, you know, I think you hit on a good topic around like, hey, you know, how do you do 12 festivals? From an outsider looking in, I think you've created a repeatable formula in terms of your festivals, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of them follow, you know, a similar formula. So that allows you to kind of rinse and repeat and scale it, especially Tequila Expo, right? I would imagine just based on how you scaled Tequila Expo, is that the one that in your mind has the most opportunity to continue growing as a banner?
Yes, and also it's just because other city has already like Taco Fest, you know.
Right.
So that's why I don't want to go to other city. That, I'm gonna do my own. No, I
Right.
I have my integrity and respect for other organizers, man. So I'm just like, yeah, Tequila Expo. Believe it or not, I'm the only one who does Tequila Expos in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a Tequila Expo in Vancouver a long time ago, and they did a small Tequila Expo in Toronto. But I'm actually the only one who does Tequila Expos, like in that amount, you know, in different cities, you know,
Right.
and in small cities, you know. I love small cities because it's not a lot happening in the small cities, so that's why I love them, because you get that opportunity to the people, you know, because there's nothing to do here. No, it is. I'm bringing Tequila Expo. Drink tequila, papa.
Right. Yeah. No, I like that, and I like that you're going after like the small to mid-size communities, because for that exact reason, right? And that's a model, a growth model in and of itself, right? Stay away from like the big cities because there's either oversaturation, established organizers, a lot more red tape sometimes. Whereas in these smaller places like Oshawa, they might be more willing to be like, hey, you know what? We don't have this kind of thing. We'll welcome you.
Yeah.
And you have to jump through less hoops, right?
Yes.
One of the things, you know, because I got involved with Hyde Park Fest last
Yes.
year, and we're doing a couple things this year. Man, the red tape that you have to jump through as an organizer is just, it's wild, right? Like, I just wish they would make it easier. And that's one thing that people don't get, right? They see the end product of you like when you attend a festival, you're like, oh, this is great. It's so well put together.
Such
Yeah.
an easy idea.
Yeah, this is,
Like,
oh, what a great
Oh,
idea,
I could do
right?
this.
But like the months of having to go through applications and planning and insurance and everything, it's
People
wild,
canceling.
right? It's wild, right?
Yeah.
So
Do you have
People
a
complaining.
team? Like, what's your team look like?
My team.
Yeah, you gotta. Do you do this all yourself?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes, I do. But of course, I have a beautiful team at the date of the event. You know, I have my dad, man. Like seriously, like he's gonna turn 83 this year, and he's one of my number one. Also, my mom. They help me a lot, you know. And yeah, I have a really solid team, you know, the bartenders. I have a guy Douglas, amazing, great guy, man. He helped me, you know, with moving stuff and stuff like that. But so I have a small team at the date of the event, but behind the scenes, you know, like insurance, SOP, design, ads, vendors, promo.
It's all you.
It's me, sponsors, grants. Yes, it's me. I'm at the point that I need to hire someone, man. You know, because that's one thing that is that I don't want it to happen is being overwhelming. You know, because it's so much that I'm doing right now that I'm like, okay, I need someone. I need someone to help me a little bit, but because my ego is just like, oh my god, I can't do everything. Or I'm gonna be super picky if I have someone beside me. I'm like, no, not that way. I'm pretty sure you guys are the same.
100%. Have you?
You're like, yeah, you're right. You want to do everything. Yeah.
Have you started? And then that's something that as you scale, you have to get past that hurdle, right? You just can't do it all.
But it's hard to trust people, man. It's hard to trust people, and it's hard to have like a good person beside you who's gonna work the level that you want.
Have you been burnt?
Well, you know what? I think seafood, man, for the first time in my entire career doing festivals, doing Latin parties, I fucking cry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. So that
From
guy
happiness or sadness?
sadness. That guy who screamed to my dad and then who screamed to me, I burned. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So I went to the back of the RBC place. I sit and I start crying. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing wrong, man? I just want to make people happy.
Yeah.
Why? Why so much hate?
Yeah.
So I was just like texting my fiance and she didn't respond. She was falling asleep with my son. It's okay. And then she responded back. But the beautiful thing, it was just when I was sitting there, it was a couple of food vendors who support me, man. They just like hug me. You know what, Pablo? You have done so much with for us, you know, as a food vendors and restaurants, man. Don't worry, man. And you know what? You cannot make everyone happy, man.
No, you can't.
know, so
That's one thing, and that's a lesson that we all need to learn
Yeah.
when you're dealing with so many people. Is there's always going to be something that in the eyes of somebody else that you're not doing up to par, or you're not doing the way they want you to do it, and you have to just be okay with that.
yeah,
right?
man. But it's hard, man. It's hard.
Oh, no,
It's
it
hard.
is hard for sure.
It's hard,
Especially when
man.
you're a people pleaser, or
Yeah.
you naturally are like doing it for that reason.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, you know, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah,
Right?
and the thing is just like it can be in front of you, 500, 600 people happy from you,
Yeah.
but it can come just one person
Yeah.
and saying you're bad and you're bullshit.
Sure.
Your head is gonna be like, wow.
I think the thing
That happened to me, and
sure.
I think that I'm a strong guy. You know, like
Yeah.
I follow my agreements, I read, I listen to a lot of motivational stuff. But we're humans, man. You know, we're
Yeah.
humans and we feel.
The thing
Yeah.
I struggle the most with in business is, and I still don't freaking get how people are successful with this kind of a mindset or a personality, is if you're going to say to me as a fellow entrepreneur, you're going to give me your word that you're going to do something. If you don't follow through, oh, fuck, that burns me.
Really?
Like, oh, like I'm all about my word, right? If I say, hey, I'm going to do something,
Yeah.
or if I, like, even if you go back to that example with you, you know, I could have easily said, oh, I'll make it up to you, and then just went on and like been ashamed and not
Yeah.
like done business with you. No, I said, no,
Yeah.
if you hire me, I'm going to show up. I'm going to
Yeah.
do it, right? So I
And
give
that's
you
what
my word, right?
that's what the excuses are. You know, like making
Yeah.
excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the same with you, man. I'm not.
Or like
that.
people that ghost you, fuck, that burns
Oh.
me too, right? It's
Yeah.
like if you,
Yeah. Oh.
I'm not gonna name any names, but I will not do business with you because that means that
Yeah.
you're a coward, right? If you ghost people, you are a coward, right?
Yeah. That's like that
Unless you're dealing with
interesting
your
one.
own mental health issues, but be honest
No,
about it.
no,
Just be like,
100%.
hey, I'm dealing with something. I can't talk right now.
Yeah.
Fine. Right?
Yeah, it's annoying, eh?
Very
It's
annoying. Oh, God, I hate it.
Annoying, man. Like for me, man, I try to do my best. And I do it, man. I respond every single email, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every single email, and with everything, with running, man. It's interesting what you're saying. With my fiance Mercedes, she ran 30K this Sunday around the Bay. It's one of the oldest races, believe it or
30
not.
kilometers.
Huh?
30?
Yeah, 30.
30?
Man. 30, man. So I was supposed to do it, but I'm injured. But it's all good. The next one I will do it. And I'm always like that, straight. Like, don't make excuses. She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. The weather, and baby, no, you need to do it. Don't back. Oh, I'm gonna do just 50K. No, you need to do it. If you set a goal, you need to do it.
Yeah.
And she did, man. So
Good for her.
yeah, and it was amazing. She did amazing. She ran faster, so I was just like, wow, so yeah.
I hate running. I hate it. I envy
I fucking
people
love it.
who enjoy it. My wife loves running too.
Yeah.
I'll do
fucking
anything.
loathe running.
I
You
will
love
do
running too?
anything
Loathe.
except
Really?
running.
Loathe. Like fucking hate it.
I'll
with
go
a passion.
ride my bike like aggressively.
Oh, come
So it's an
on.
exercise, but running, I just hate it. I hate it.
I don't even want to ride a fucking bike. I don't want to do any of that shit.
That's why you gained 15 pounds on your last trip.
I'll push weight. But I will not. I will not run it. Anything cardio. And it's funny because I did. I was a basketball player for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like the
And-
most intensive.
And you're
running.
literally just backing. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why I hate it now. I'm like I did so much of
Yeah.
it
And
that
then
I
you're
don't
like,
want to do
no,
it
no
anymore.
more.
Yeah. Cardio
Yeah.
is definitely not my thing.
You got burned. You're like, no more of this. Yeah.
Yeah. When I said, have you ever been burnt? I meant more like burnt in business, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
have
no,
you
no,
had
yeah,
like a
yeah,
business partner
yeah.
that like said they were going to do something or stole from you? And I thought maybe that's where the trust issues came from, right? Like,
Yeah,
in
no, for
terms-
sure.
yeah,
For sure. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's
for
hard because
Yeah.
as a creative, which you are, it's
Yeah.
like
Thank you.
who else can see my vision and execute exactly the same way, right? But you can't
Yeah.
build an empire by yourself.
One thing I tried doing,
It's hard.
and you
not
might want to look
impossible.
into it. Yeah, you might want to look into it if you haven't already, is virtual assistant. Have you looked into that yet?
No, man.
Do it.
Virtual assistant.
Virtual
Is
assistant.
that
Do you use
something that
ChatGPT?
Is that like artificial intelligence? Or
No. So
Virtual, just somewhere else.
Well, like
You-
something. I'm scared.
Hire
man.
someone
What's
in
going
Colombia.
on?
Hire someone in Colombia.
Oh, like someone. No, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
offshore,
It would be
offshore.
hard, man.
So it depends on what you're hiring them
Like
for.
virtual, like actually someone. Sorry, man, I misunderstood that. So someone in Colombia living over there, like who's gonna
Correct.
help me?
So
Yeah.
like I hired a virtual assistant out of the Philippines and she worked 40 hours a week for me as my
Really, eh?
personal assistant. But because they're in the Philippines, if they make like $6 an hour US, that's good money for them. So, they're happy to make that. So you're not paying a salary, but you're getting full-time work out of them. What my advice to anybody going into looking at a VA though, and this is where I fell down, is I didn't have a really structured plan as to what I wanted them to do. I was just like,
Yeah, I remember you had someone.
I did.
And I didn't hear about why you don't anymore.
It's exactly that, right? So I'd hired her to do like social media marketing, but I really enjoy social media marketing. I do all my own
So you're
social
like,
media.
I will do it.
Yeah. So I was like, she couldn't quite grasp my vision, right? No matter how much I coached her. So I was like, okay, this isn't working. But I feel like if I wanted to have someone to do SEO for me, because you can hire someone 40 hours a week to do SEO. You can hire someone 40 hours a week to just do lead generation, cold calling, trying to get sponsorship. You can get them to do grant writing for you.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a bunch of stuff like that. So what I would do if I was you, especially, I still have a full-time hustle on top of doing all of this. Whereas your day is a lot more structured than mine, probably in terms of what you do on a day-to-day. What I would probably do is say, hey, what are those like little mundane tasks that I do in a day-to-day that are always the same, right? Maybe it's like you're always responding to the same kind of inquiries
Yeah.
or emails where there's kind of like a canned response. So you either want to create an automation there where like
Okay.
AI does that
Good.
response for
Or
you.
even prepping documents.
Yeah, or you
Yeah,
get,
no,
Like,
for
there's a
sure.
lot of
yeah,
admin
or
involved.
you
for
get
sure.
that AI assistant to to actually respond for you. The cool thing about the assistant I had though is she spoke English fluently. Like she was like I wouldn't have her do sales calls for me, but like we got on a meeting once a week, and we did a debrief on, hey, what are you working on this week? Here's a few things I want you to look at. And then she would report back to me at the end of every single day. So you can really kind of structure it.
Okay.
And if you're interested, and I'll put it, when we do post this podcast, I'll put the link to the site I used. The other cool thing is when you pay them through it's not PayPal, it's called Payoneer, but you load up your credit card and you pay them with credit cards. So you can literally pay for an assistant and then get points off of your transaction, right? So you're not paying a salary or anything like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I know.
Interesting.
So there's a couple of realtors in town.
Yeah.
And that's how I got onto it. They have a team of virtual assistants because for them, it's all paperwork, right? It's like document after document after document. They have a team out in the Philippines. There's one brokerage here in London. He's got 13 virtual assistants to a point where he's the number one employer in that little Filipino town. And
everyone in town just talks about this real estate agent.
He bought a building. There's a London brokerage here that has a building in this little town in the Philippines, and they all like go into work every day.
That is wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy how like perception can make such a big difference. Like the dollar there goes so much further that it could support a whole office.
For sure.
That's wild. So do you ever use ChatGPT?
I had.
You had? You don't?
No, I had. I used it like a few
do?
times just to help me with the post when I do my videos, the video recaps. Yeah, it's just my English, my Spanish. So I use it sometimes for sure. Yeah.
I find it one of the most helpful tools.
Yeah, it has helped me a lot.
You could dig into it, and it's
because my English is not perfect. So my writing.
But even bouncing ideas off of it, just having conversations, you could train it to understand you. Like it's scary. Because even if I start a new conversation, it knows who I am and what I like, and it'll speak back to me based on our past conversations now.
You're creating a brain, right?
Yeah.
With it, especially if you have the pro version. Do you have the pro version?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have the pro version, it's really
how much you pay?
interesting. Like $23
I don't even.
It's 23.
Yeah, it might be something like
go
$20
for free for now and
$15 US or something.
But the cool thing about it is exactly that you can deliberately create a thread where you can say something like this. You could start it off and you can talk to it, right? So you say, my name's Pablo Tovar. I'm a festival organizer. I've organized these 12 festivals over the last few years. Here are my main goals over the next 5 years. I'd like you to now ask me questions to better understand my business, better understand my market position, help me better understand my own goals, so that I can achieve $1 million of net profit by 2030. And if you do that, if you prompt it that way, it will now start talking to you and ask you all those questions to help you organize your own thoughts.
That's crazy.
It's super powerful.
It's weird because this is still so new, right?
Yeah.
And you're going through this and being like, what is this?
The biggest skill around AI, because everybody's like, oh, AI, ChatGPT, but most people use it because be like, oh, who created a Hawaiian pizza for the first time? That's what they use it for, right? They use it basically as Google on steroids now.
Yeah.
Most people are just like, okay, ChatGPT is my Google. Whereas if you know how to prompt it really well, that's where the art is. And that's where, as an entrepreneur,
it's scary.
You can create
I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes.
But you can create a competitive advantage if you're an early adopter and you know how to use it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Not to say that, I'm creating a competitive advantage, but I definitely try to use it in a more strategic way.
I use it, man.
It's there.
Yeah.
If you're not using it, someone is.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's frustrating, especially in the early days when you started using it, especially when you're trying to get it to do images and stuff. You're like, show me an image of, XYZ, and like gives you a potato. You're like, fuck.
Dude,
right?
it does. But not gonna lie, the last project I worked on, I needed a concept image for something, and it's scary. It was good enough, like it was almost dead on for the idea I had, but it kind of messed a few things up, which I just put into Photoshop, removed the 3 faces when it was supposed to have 1. Yeah. But like everything else, like it's kind of crazy. Like shit's gonna get wild in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, there's this. So right now we're in the phase of what's called generative AI. And then there's another evolution to AI that's actually just coming out now. So Elon Musk is working on one called Grok, I think it is, Grok AI.
There's something like
Have
that.
you heard
yeah.
about
I know there's OpenAI, and then Elon has his own.
So
It's working already, though.
Yeah, so Elon has his, and OpenAI, I don't know if they've released it yet, but it's going to be like a $300 a month subscription.
Holy.
But what it will do is,
US?
yeah, but what you can do is you can set it and forget it. So it's literally going to be a virtual assistant. So you can say to it, I want you to start working on creating an app for me. And in the background, it will do all the things that needs to happen to create an app.
I
Or you'd
used
be
to think
like,
about my
I don't
son,
like
man.
that.
I was
or
thinking about my son, and I'm like, oh my God.
yeah,
man.
or I would like you to prop up a Shopify account with a website and do
See,
all
but
the,
then what stops
do all the
people
graphic
from
design.
being unique anymore in a way, right? It's
Well,
going
that's
to
the
go
thing,
so it's
Yeah.
going to get to the point where it's so good that anyone can come up with an idea and execute, and then what's the point of us even doing anything anymore?
Well,
is
that's the
what's gonna
thing.
happen.
So
Good point, man.
Mark Cuban was saying this. He's like, if I
Yeah.
was like 20 right now, I would spend every waking moment just learning how to be an expert in AI, right? And be on the cut. If you're going to be on the cutting edge of it, the amount of money you can make is just like infinite, almost, right? But like we're still kind of grappling with this change management, and then there's these like fucking 18-year-olds that just do like one thing and then they could like make $1 million, right?
yeah.
And we're here like fucking selling tacos and like beer, and we're like, oh, I made a couple grand, this is great.
But we're happy.
Yeah, but we're happy.
But we're happy.
Hey, we're happy.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly,
counts, right?
yeah.
That's why we're doing it.
Happiness
Yeah.
is
Yeah, yeah,
important.
for
sure.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what? Let's actually end on or come to that, right? What is your definition of success?
Okay, you know what? I have a really beautiful answer for that. For me, success, and more talking about my festivals, is when I see food vendors selling all the food. That's my definition of success.
That's your definition of a successful event, right?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
your definition of success in life?
in life? Oof,
Big question.
a big question, man. Let me think about it. How do I have 5 seconds to think about it?
No, you gotta it's gotta come from the heart.
Definition of success. That's a beautiful question, man. Give me have a drink, please.
I'll take one with you.
We can come back to it if you want to hit him with the speed round.
You know what, man? The definition of success is just like being disciplined and consistent of what you do every day. Working out, running, business, personal life. Is that?
I love that.
Is that a good answer?
I like it.
Oh,
There's no wrong answer, man.
oh, I
There's
know.
no wrong
I
answer.
know.
I feel like working out, like that's something I've been trying to stay with consistently also, because if you can make it through the
Don't
hardest
try.
part of your day.
Do it.
I have been, but my car
You
broke
know
down
what?
right now, so it's currently in repairs,
no,
and
I know.
my
You know
wife
what?
works with me, and I can't have to work
that's
together.
a
So.
one word that I usually try to avoid.
Yeah.
Is try.
Mm.
No, do it. You know.
Yeah.
Do it, and
I
that's what
agree.
I've been doing, man. And because last year, for example, you know, like having the baby, my baby was premature. He's a miracle. He was 23 weeks and 6 days. So like he's my everything. So having my baby in the hospital for 5 months, I wasn't able to run a lot, you know. So I gained weight. My baby, you know, my business, a lot going on, you know. But you know what? This year I decided, you know what? I need to be consistent, you know, and organize myself. I'm working on it, you know. But yeah. Thank you.
The best answer that I've heard given to that question, I saw it on TikTok or something. It was this guy that was clearly either a multimillionaire or billionaire, really wealthy, and he was asked that question. He was in his like 60s or 70s, and he said,
Bob Proctor? No.
I don't think so, no. But his answer was, you know, really enlightening. He's like, the definition of success is when your kids move out and they want to come back home for Christmas and hang out with you. He's like, to me, that's success.
Nice.
Right. And it kind of puts it in perspective, right? Like a lot of times we like define success in like monetary ways, but it's really about, have you invested in the things that you care about the most?
Yeah.
And have you given them that consistency of care, that consistency? So if you care about like, your mental health, if you care about your relationships, if you care about your kids or whatever you value, have you invested in them throughout your life? Well, and if you have, and they're paying dividends because of those investments, then that's success.
I'm going to email this video clip to Callie when she's 20.
Yeah.
You better go back to your dad.
I hope so, man.
Go visit him.
You know, like I obviously I want my daughter to, if she's 19 or 20 and she decides, hey, I'm moving to Australia, fucking do you, right? Like I'm not going to stop her. But I do want her to have that relationship. I want her to do that because she wants to do it, not because she's like running away from mom and dad. You know what I mean? Because a lot of kids do that, right? They fucking hate their parents, or like they end up having falling out with their parents. That would break my heart, right? Like if I didn't have a relationship with my daughter. So I absolutely truly hope that I invest enough in that relationship that won't happen.
Absolutely.
All right, speed round.
Speed round. Are you ready? It's on you.
No idea, man. Okay, what's going on?
So he's gonna give you. You want to explain how you're gonna do this?
Yeah, you got 3
I'm
seconds.
brown. I'm Colombian, man. Come on, I'm slow with this shit.
Nope.
I need to think about Spanish and then translate it to English.
Okay,
guys
instead
are
of 3
mean, man. I'm
seconds,
kidding.
instead of 3 seconds, I'll give you 5.
4.
Okay, so
4.
you're gonna ask me a question and then I respond yes
You
or
respond.
no.
1 to 3 words.
Oh fuck, man.
1 to
You
3
ready?
words. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not, but okay.
Okay. If you could choose one thing for the rest of your life, tacos or tequila?
Tequila. Oh fuck.
Morning runs or evening runs?
Morning.
One dish from Colombia everyone should try.
Chunchullo.
I'm going to have that tomorrow. We should grab some. Is there?
You cannot find it
Okay,
here.
I was going to say, can you even find it in London? Okay. Well, that doesn't help. Where can we find it?
Well, actually, describe it. What is
Do you know how to make it?
No, you cannot. It's the intestines of the cow.
Oh, no,
Right.
no. Polish people have, I'm Polish.
Okay.
Polish people have cow stomach soup. It's
Oh, we
cow
have it too,
intest-
but no, we actually fry it. We have that too. It's called mondongo.
so
I hate
good.
that.
Oh, you hate it?
Oh man,
So-
I put it spicy and
Isn't
like,
that
it tastes
grits?
weird.
I don't know.
Huh?
I feel like it's grits.
I don't know the Canadian or
Well,
English
grits is
version.
like the fried intestines, isn't it? Like America, you've heard grits.
You need to
right?
clean it and then you fry it and it's crunchy. Oh my god, it's so good, man. I'm
Sounds
going to
good.
Colombia in 2 weeks, man. So I'm excited. I'm just thinking about. Thinking about that, man.
Okay, so is that the first thing you're gonna eat in Colombia
Yeah.
when you go?
Yeah, and chontaduro. Chontaduro is like a fruit that we have just in my city. It's orange and dry. You
Yeah.
put some honey and salt. It's amazing. Chontaduro. You can find it here in glass. In a glass. Yeah.
Enjoys.
I'm gonna look. Most memorable moment from one of your festivals.
Oh, last year Colombian Gastronomy Festival. It reminded me Cali, Colombia. Oof. And it was like 10,000 people
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
through the 3 days. 10,000,
Yeah.
11,000.
love it.
If you can invite any artist to perform at one of your events, who would it be?
Grupo Nietzsche.
Describe your event planning style in one word.
Happiness.
What's your go-to motivation mantra? Slang.
Yes, I can do it.
Love it. That's it. That wasn't that
Oh
hard.
man, I thought it was gonna be
That's
Jeopardy.
it. That's it.
Who was the director
No,
of like?
it's
I'm
not
like, what the?
Jeopardy. Just speed round. You just gotta.
You know what?
answer
Like,
it.
I remember when I used to work at RBC,
Yeah.
and sometimes you guys we got together, like staff party and everything, and they used to play games like card games. Like, the fuck, man, I'm Colombian. I need to like, no, oh man, I feel so like fucking cheaty, man.
Yeah.
Man, I did Jiffy Lube, Domino's Pizza Hut. They fired me.
You
And-
hustled, man.
Oh man, oil change, man. You know the funny thing about we still recording.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the Jiffy Lube, a friend of mine, they're gonna hire you, maybe at a marketing position. So I went like Thai, like every there to like change, to do oil change. A good experience, man.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of stuff here.
Yeah. It's awesome,
Wash
man.
dishes,
I have one more
everything.
question though.
Yes,
Explain your buttons.
I'm a punk rocker, man. Punk rocker for life, man. So this one is for my baby. No, this one is different. This one is the flag for my baby because I was a premature. And November 17 is the date. This one is when we announced a hotel in Boston, when we announced that my fiance was pregnant. Black Flag, punk rock band, Ramones, punk rock band, the damn punk rock band. El Bringus, my
Nice.
friend, my brother Danny, I love him. And I love burgers. And this one was a boss. Like, my fiance's
Favorite burger
EB.
place?
So yeah.
What's your favorite burger place?
Have 5 seconds or I need to?
You got 4 seconds. Let's go.
Oh man.
I mean, you know food clearly. So
Yeah, 100%.
if you could choose one, like right now, if you were gonna get a delicious burger and you were hungry, where would
Do
you
you know
go?
what the thing here is? Just like, and please, friends who owns restaurants and burgers, everyone is doing smash burgers.
Everyone that became
Come
a trend a couple
on,
years
like,
ago.
It's
I
more
like
than
the
that.
nice. Remember the burgers over at the Bungalow.
Ooh,
Bungalow burgers are good, man. Yeah, and then
yeah.
they filled them up with like cheese and jalapeno. And,
yes. It's many places that I like, man. But
Give me one.
give me one. You're like, give me one.
He's gonna be doing Burger and Hot Dog Fest, so he doesn't want to offend anybody.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's just
I
highlighting
love
them,
everyone,
that's all.
man. It's just the thing. It's just like, with all my respect, it's just like it's just a smash burgers, but it's more into that, man. That's why, like, I love to promote the food because in every country is different, man. Like our Colombian burgers, man. Like you put pineapple sauce, it's just huge, man. So like, but no one does it here in London yet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying
but-
London's got to step it up.
Yeah, London needs a
Yeah.
Colombian burger place.
Yeah, I know, man. But if we're gonna talk about tacos, the best taco place is La Michoacana.
I asked your best favorite burger place. Top
You know what?
three.
The Bungalow
Top
used to have
three?
really good burgers.
Bungalow still
man.
has good burgers.
Yeah.
They changed their recipe though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say Craft Pharmacy has the,
Oh, yeah?
has
Yeah.
the best burger. And it's not just because my friend Jesse from 519
Yeah.
say it, because
Yeah.
we some old friends figured out that a long time ago.
You don't think burger when you think craft pharmacy. Usually
I know,
it's like
man.
seafood,
Oysters and everything,
whatnot,
yeah.
and
their
it's
bone
like-
marrow is
yeah.
really good too.
Yeah. And yeah, Jesse's his name. He's doing a really good job promoting like restaurants in
He
London,
is,
man.
yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Mhm.
But answer my message, man. Come on. You hasn't answered my message, man.
All right.
Yeah, but it's so good.
So
Respecting.
listen, tell everybody what's kind of coming down the pipeline this summer so that they know, and also let people know how they can find you on socials.
Perfect, man. So we're coming with a pop-up hot dog fest, London Brewing Co-op, April 12th, and then May 10th, Pickle Fiesta. I cannot name it Pickle Fest because they almost sued me in Toronto, so I have to change it to Pickle Fiesta. But it's okay. We sold out last year, and hopefully we're gonna sold out this year too.
Yeah, we're not gonna try. We're gonna do it.
No, we're gonna do it. That's the thing. I love it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
And London Beer Fest, June 13, 14.
We're
You
gonna
guys
be
gonna be
there.
over there.
Yeah.
And feel free, man. I told all the vendors, man, like if you need more space, feel free, man, because it's an experience that you need to do to the audience, man. So, and I don't charge extra for that. Okay, thank you. And then June 27th, June 28th, the Burger Fest and Hot Dog Fest. And then the Colombian Gastronomy Festival, that it means a lot to me because it was my first festival, man. So it's a lot. It's a beautiful one. July 18, 19, 20. And then the London Jerk Fest, August 9 and 10. And then the London Taco Fest, August the 23rd, 24th, 25th. And that's it for now, I think. I have something going on, but DJ Jose has to tell me when to announce it. And I'm helping them to do a good festival, a beautiful festival coming to London. And then all my Tequila Expos. But I forgot about New Brunswick, man. This guy is going to New Brunswick, St. John. So I'm proud of that, man. I'm looking forward, man, to bring some talent from Ontario to go there, man. So yeah.
It's
I
exciting.
love that.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
Thanks
What
for
was the
coming
other
on.
thing? I have to say something else?
Oh, your socials.
Stereo Caliente, Instagram. Yes.
Yeah.
And
At Stereo Caliente.
At Stereo Caliente. Yeah, sorry, I'm in Colombia, man. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 beers, man. Come on, man. What's the percentage of this?
It's only 5.
I know. I love it, man. I love this beer. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on. This was a great podcast and awesome way to kick off season 2.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys, man. And you guys doing something great in London, man. I do fucking love what you guys doing, man.
Appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah, man.
Glad you came.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No, thank you
Cheers.
for being back. Salud.
Salud.